multi-million-dollar healthcare fraud. So there was these doctors that decided to, again, commit healthcare fraud by illegally doing opioid distribution and severe misconduct, including child sexual abuse material. But then that one died in a fire. That doctor, he ended up dying in a fire. But anyway, so these cases reveal that billing fraud and drugs and, narcotics and serious criminal behavior impacting patient care show that there is a problem as well. Even though it's a smaller medical board, they also have had to deal with very big problems and scandals, just like every other state.
100%.
The first story, the healthcare fraud girl. These doctors pled guilty in 2025 for $12.5 million in healthcare fraud by underdosing patients, giving them expired medications, and then filing false claims. Plus, girls, they did some tax evasion too.
Of course. Who wants to pay our taxes? None of us.
So picture this, Anchorage, Alaska, a quiet rheumatology clinic, long-term patients, because rheumatology is for like the joints, right? They deal with arthritis, people that go for like expensive injectable medications that they need for like bone health and whatever. But anyway, so behind the scenes, they had been running an entire fraud operation for over a decade.
Are you serious?
So they were treating autoimmune diseases, for example, rheumatoid arthritis and psoriatic arthritis. And these are people that, like I said, are on long-term medications. So it's like, you can't, But the husband was the back end guy. He wasn't a bystander. He was like in charge of the operations. So patients thought that they were getting full proper injections of these like high cost biologic medications, but they actually weren't. They were getting underdosed. They were getting like free samples, quote unquote, expired drugs that were meant for other patients, or like medications that were never purchased. So I don't even know how they got them, but whatever. So the point is that the math didn't math.
It doesn't sound like it.
No, they claimed injections of like 4,800 units, but they actually only purchased 369. So how could you administer 4,000 when you only bought 300?
They just threw some in there. They just threw them in there that thought nobody was going to see.
Yes. So when you bill insurance for something you don't have,
what do you get?
What do you get? So they got paid for all of this. So they billed the insurers over $12.5 million, right? More than 10 different insurance plans got hit. And then patients were placed, obviously, in a serious health risk. Because like you said, who always gets hurt, Shannon?
Yeah, the patients. I mean, so this rheumatologist is out. So where do they go now? Because remember, we're in Alaska. They don't have the next one down the street.
Yep. So, and then it didn't even stop just at the patients. Because remember, I told you like the tax evasion thing? Girl, these people inflated their like tax returns, and they had income that was underreported for years. They didn't even file appropriate tax returns on the clinic. Like, girl, we own businesses. You got to report your taxes.
You got to report it all. Yeah.
So they didn't do anything crazy from 2018 to 2021. They had over $4 million, girl, of unpaid taxes.
Just sitting. Hiding out in Alaska, Anchorage.
So who got involved, girl? The IRS, the medical board, the FBI, the VA, the FDA, all the A's got involved.
Everybody went up to Alaska to see what was happening at the rheumatology clinic.
So the fallout, right? They seized over $10 million from them. $6 million more they were ordered to pay in restitution. $1.85 million paid to settle the False Claims Act violation. Their medical licenses were taken away, which they were. So I did verify that. And they pled guilty. They're facing 10 years in prison for healthcare fraud and up to 5 years for tax fraud. And then the sentencing is still pending.
So Alaska said they not playing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because at that point, the U.S. District Attorney of District of Alaska gets involved, right?
Well, all of the A's got involved, so every single person got involved.
Yeah,
all
they
the
all was
alphabet
involved.
soup.
Yeah.
So what's your takeaway?
Well, it doesn't sound like sloppy billing or that they didn't know. I mean, you don't come across millions like that by accident.
Right?
I mean, and again, what are we going to say? The real victims are the patients who thought their disease wasn't responding, when reality, they were given medication that they didn't need, or not enough of medication that they did need, or everything else, right? I mean, everything else, that's what it's about, right? I mean, and it's always the patients that get hurt.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes it looks like a quiet clinic when it's just a syringe full of lies, girl.